as much as you can, okay? Great. All right, Adriana, thank you for, oh my goodness, I forgot to start recording I get excited when I speak to you guys that I even forgot to, record the interview. Okay, but it doesn't matter. Good, Adriana Ruiz is already recording it. Good, good job, Adriana. Congratulations. Great.
Thanks.
So let's begin the goal, okay, the objective of this session is to recognize the importance of preparing. Is part three that so I the video that
I can hear you.
you can. What about now? Hello, hello, hello. Anymore? That's so weird. There is some crazy interference there. There's something interfering. Can you hear?
I just can hear some part.
Okay, weird, weird, weird. Let me. Okay, what about now? Can you hear me?
Yes, yes.
All right, great. Great. Angie, so go ahead. You start. Give me your summary on the video IELTS Part 3.
Well, the video was about speaking three, IELTS speaking three, part three, and
Angie, Angie, wait. Remember that you have to speak about the important points that you must keep in mind for that special interview. Go ahead.
yes. So it gives us some advices about how we can get a higher score. So it says that we have to, about the questions, we have to think, compose, and answer. And that the body posture is very important because it allows a clear voice. And that we have to give some answers, some clearly answers, and with a high level of grammar and vocabulary. And that if we need some time to think about the answer that we need, that we are going to give to the examiner, we can ask some time to the examiner. And that something that I found interesting was that if the topic that we are talking about is done is not interesting for me, I have to show some interest in even that if I think that the answers that the question.
Oh
That's
my
it.
goodness, what is that? That wasn't me. Don't worry, Angie. Continue.
and also that we have to give some detailed explanation about the question that the examiner is going to give us. And that in this part we have to not to rush because sometimes there are tricky questions. and we have to think very well what we are going to answer to the examiner.
Awesome, awesome. Adriana Martinez, great job, Angie. Great, great, great. Adriana Martinez, what about you? What do you remember about the most important points that we must keep in mind before doing and during this examination?
Okay, I think that the most important points that I identified on the video was the body posture and the fact that we have to think carefully answers can be just going around. No, it has to be as specific on the points that we've been asking for to answer. Or a full question for the thing that we've been asked. And an example that the woman in the interview shows is the fact that she used sentences to gain time or yeah, to have more time to think about the answer. And that's a good method. But I don't know, from my own experience, the time that I present this test, the interviewer didn't let me to think the question and then answer. I have to give the answer immediately. I didn't have the opportunity like as she did in the video, like to say, "Oh, let me think," and no. But I guess if the interviewer allows you to do that, you can try it and organize your answer and what like your ideas and what you're gonna say.
All right, awesome. Adriana Ruiz, what about you? What is your opinion about the video? What do you have to keep in mind for this examination?
For me, was very interesting that the woman takes her time for thinking and organize her ideas. That shows security and calm, and that help her to give to the interviewer a good answers and good and complete answers using good vocabulary and grammar. Um, the calm, the points that the interviewer give that listen carefully the questions, to take the time for thinking about the answers, to give complete answers, and to be in calm. That is a good point to give good answers. That's the thing that I remember.
All right, awesome. Angie, there are many things that you guys didn't mention, but that gives me the opportunity to interview you about it. What do you think about the point that he says about making sure that you understand all the questions that you are asked in the interview, Angie? What do you think about that?
Well, I think that is a very important tip because if I don't understand the question, but the answer that I'm going to give, it might be no the right, and maybe the examiner get confused. So I think that's very important.
Awesome. Adriana Martinez, what do you think about the fact that you must give logical answers and with detailed examples?
Yeah, I think it's important because it's the way that we have to show all the vocabulary and all the expressions and grammar that we handle. Because if we just limit our questions to short answers, we're not gonna have or give ourselves the opportunity to show our knowledge and ability in the language. So, of course, it's very important.
All right. And buy time to give quality and complete answers to get high. Adriana Ruiz, can you hear me? Adriana Ruiz, can you hear me?
Yes, teacher. No, 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 no.
Okay. the fact that you can buy
I listened the
answers.
fact, can, and answer.
Okay, wait a minute. Let me hang up.
Memang contact thôi.
Okay, can you hear me now, Adriana?
Yes, teacher.
Adriana, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, good. What do you think about the fact that you can buy time to get quality and complete answers to get a high score during the examination?
To get time to get a good answer?
Yeah, you can buy
Yes.
time. Remember, it
Uh,
mentions very clearly that you can buy time to give quality and complete answers to get a high score.
uh, I think this is a good strategy because you take the time for thinking um, um, and organize the ideas and thinking about the questions. Um, it's very important and a good tip to take into account when I will present my test.
All right, good, good, good. Hello, sir. How are you doing?
Um, Hello, teacher and partners. How are you?
Great, we're doing good. Can you please give us your summary about the video, real quick?
I can't hear you so well, teacher. Can you repeat me, please, or write me?
Yes, of course. Can you please give us your summary about the video?
No, I can't. I can see. I can see the video.
Oh my goodness, that's too bad because you're not going to have an idea of what we're talking about today. Well, the ladies will help you with their performances, okay?
Okay, teacher. Thank you.
All right, no problem. No problem. Ladies, anything video that you guys to share?
I just hear anything, ladies.
Oh my gosh. Okay, ladies. But anyway, hello, can you hear me now?
Yes.
I
Yes,
really don't know what is going on because it's like the connection has been okay. So it's crazy. Started. Okay, let's put into practice, okay, what we have just discussed. Okay, remember that we're supposed to do the interview, but it's not going to be in person, it's going to be online. All right, clear about it?
Yes.
Okay, so who wants to start? Who wants to go first? Okay, Adriana Ruiz, you will go first. But you have
I have to give question to you.
no, that video. Okay,
Teacher, I can hear you.
really. Connection is perfect.
Hmm.
Now connect on another computer, okay? Give me just
Mm, mejor.
hello, hello, hello.
Hello. Now I can hear you
Hello.
Okay, now you can hear me and see me, right?
and see you. Yes.
Okay, great, great, great. So, let's get started, okay? So let's see. Angie, no, Adriana Reese is going to start, right?
Okay.
Okay, good. Good evening, ma'am. How are you today?
So far, so good. Very good today.
Okay. What is the purpose for you to do this examination?
To get a better job. I was looking for jobs last week, and one condition was to have this certification in this test.
All right. Where are you from originally?
I'm from Bogota.
Great. How old are you?
I'm 43 years old.
Great. And where do you live exactly today?
Okay, I live in Facatativa. This is a city near to Bogota, more or less 40 minutes fast. It's a little town.
What do you do for a living? What is your occupation?
Okay, I work in an enterprise that buy medical equipments, and I am in charge of the department of import and export. I do all this work. I am in charge to do the purchase order, to do the import process until the equipment arrive to Bogota and to the warehouse in my
Okay,
enterprise.
so now I'm going to ask you some questions related to part three. Are you ready to start?
Okay, yes.
All right. So I want you to describe an area of your country that you know very well and you like a lot.
In my country, there is a park, the archaeological park named Las Piedras del Tunjo. For me, it's very important, and I like it so much because this park represents our indigenous, and you can visit them. It because in the park there are big rocks like a building. Families can enjoy time together, or in my personal experience, I go to running Sundays and Saturdays in the morning, and mm, I go with my dog to take a little walk.
Good,
This
good, good. How popular is that place in your country?
I think this is the place most popular in my country because it's a touristic attraction. Many people of other cities comes to know this park.
Do people have to pay anything to get into the park?
Yes, the car is manage the park now, and when you access to the park, have to pay 4,000 pesos for the
Okay.
people that was live in Bogota or live in another country, in
Can
another city. For
okay. Can people eat or drink things there?
There is a small place in which you can buy water or some candies, but you can get your own food or drink.
Great. And what other things can people do in that park?
Mm, exercise, mm, can play football, can take photos, um,
Okay, good.
ride
All right.
a
And
motorboat.
can you compare that park with any other places in your Colombia, in your beautiful country?
No, because this is the only one park that I saw the most big stones. I can in this part I cannot compare with other
All right. Okay, good. Would you like to move to another country?
country. Yes, I am thinking about it. I recently I want to move to United States. I don't know what is happening with me because it no is not my dream, but I think for developing my professional career, this it will be good for me.
Great. And if you had the opportunity to move to the United States, what would you miss most about Colombia?
Teacher can repeat what do you what?
What would you miss most about Colombia?
Ah, okay. I think food and the way how to people are because here in Colombia the people is very agreeable and the United States people is not the same thing.
They are
Uh,
totally different. Good,
yes.
good, good, good. And how long would you like to live there?
Maybe in 2 years. When I finish this career and I present the test to certify my level of English, I am thinking about to move 2 years.
Good. And who would you move with? Would you move alone or would you move with somebody else?
Hmm. Uh, alone, alone, because this is another thing that I want to live. To live alone is an experience that I don't have at this moment because all my life I have lived with other people, with my mother, with my
Okay.
children, alone.
All right. Well, I wish you nothing but the best. Thank you so very much for your participation. You have done a great job. And as soon as we can, we will send you the results of this interview. Thank you very much.
Thank you, teacher.
Okay, Adriana. Now, as we continue with our activity, okay? You are supposed to prepare that little interview, okay? For me, okay? Did you hear me, Adriana?
No.
Okay, you are supposed to prepare your little interview for me, okay?
Okay. About anything?
So go ahead. Yeah. Adriana Martinez, you're next. Can you hear me, Adriana?
Give me a sec. Can you give me a second? My microphone is a little weird.
Okay, no problem. I want to invite Angie, Carlos, and Adriana Reese to turn off your mics, please, so we can have better connection during the interviews. Please. Mhm. Can you hear me, Adriana?
Yes,
All right. So, Adriana, good evening. How are you today?
I'm great. It's by far I'm
Right.
really great.
What is the purpose? What is the purpose for you to do this evaluation?
Well, first of all, for my studies, it's requirement to finish my career, and also in order to get a better job. I'm thinking on moving to a different city and applying for more professional job. And one of the requirements is to have this certificate.
Good. How long have you been an English student?
Oh, I think it's been a really long process. I've been studying since I was a kid, about 10 years old, and I've been studying the language for 9 years already. But it's been a
Okay.
really great experience.
Why did you decide to speak or to learn English?
Why?
Yes. Why did you
I
decide
don't,
to study
I don't
English?
listen right the question.
Why did you
Oh,
decide
all
to
right.
study English?
Well, I think this is a very important language for. Yeah, I
Continue.
language for anything that you would like to do, your studies or your work. And since I was a little kid, I was interested on learning this language because I remember that I used to speak English, and it's something that attracts me a lot to learning. Because I consider that if you can speak English, you can be a more competent person or have a better professional development. So that's
All right.
the reason why I started learning this language.
Okay, I'm gonna change the subject, okay? Now, this time, I
Mm,
want you to tell me about an important invention before the age of computers. Did you
I'm
hear the
sorry, the
question?
sound is so bad here. It's raining and the connection is terrible. No, I didn't hear.
Yes, Angie, can you hear me well? Yes,
Yes.
so Adriana, I think it's you, the one with the problems with the connection. Can you hear me now, Adriana?
Yeah.
Oh
Yes.
my goodness. Adriana is suffering a lot. Adriana, what is the importance or what is an important invention before the age of computers?
Oh, okay. An important invention. Well, that's a really interesting question. Um, I don't know a lot about technology history. Um, to be honest, I was born in the era of where we already have computers and phones, but I don't remember exactly an important invention. But I think that the telephone was something important because it was in. No, I didn't hear. Well, the telephone I consider is was an important invention because it allowed people to connect around the world and big distance. So I think that's the one before computers.
Okay, great. Now, do you think that technology is important for humanity today?
Well, I consider that it shouldn't be as important as it is, but due to the impact that it has been having technology during the last years, it's something that it becomes necessary in our lives. For example, in most of the jobs in technology, it's an important component in order to for you to organize your files or to communicate with others or even to do the most important task. And in education, it has been also and really modern or motivational tool to reinforce the learning and teaching process. So I consider that yeah, it is a important element for humanity nowadays.
Okay, what are some of the advantages of technology today?
Well, technology is I think the key for globalization. So I think that it gives you the opportunity to communicate with people across the world. I mean, you can be in your city, in your bedroom, and you're able to communicate with people from China or from Africa or Europe. So you can know their culture, their story, how those places are, and to meet new people. And also, it helps us to be closer to other places and other situations or other articles that we might not have in our own place. And also, the fact that we can be more connected with our family and friends, and we can be in touch all the time. Also,
All right.
if
And what are
yeah.
some disadvantages? Can you please mention some disadvantages of technology today?
Yes, I consider that the disadvantages of technology are related to the bad use of it. It could be a really great tool, but most people use it in the wrong way. In a special if you dedicate a lot of time to use it in the not really useful activities, it becomes problem even. I mean, if you don't organize your time and you overuse the technology for it could be a way to waste your time in special for students. That's the most known case. But also I think that technology has been focused on a really terrible approach, in special in war or violent things, for example. and maybe the fact that people lost the line about how to use technology, and you just get out of our hands the way we use it.
Awesome. Thank you so very much. Very accurate answers. Congratulations on your performance. And as soon as we can, we will send you the results of your evaluation today. Thank you very much.
Okay.
Ariana, remember that you have to take advantage of the time while I am interviewing Angie and Mr. Perez so you can prepare your little interview for me, okay?
Okay.
All right, so Angie, it is your turn. Good evening, ma'am. How are you today?
Well, hi, I'm fine, thank you.
Good. What brings you here today with us?
Well, I'm here because, first of all, I need the score because of my career, and secondly, because I'm thinking to travel to another country, and I think that this exam will give me the tools for to get a great job in another country.
All right, how old are you?
I'm 32 years old.
Where do you live exactly?
I live in Chucunta, Cundinamarca. It's a town, a little town near to Bogota.
Good. Do you live in a house or in an apartment?
I live in a very big house. I really love it. It's very big, and I get it. Just I live in here just 6 months ago, but
Good.
I really love it.
Who do you live with?
I live with my husband and my two children. And
Do you have any pets?
yes, I do. I got a pet. Its name is Dana. It's a bulldog.
Great. All right. Now I'm going to ask you some questions related to the topics in part three. Are you ready to start?
All right, I'm ready.
Okay. I want you to describe a special occasion in your life.
Well, I think that I in this question I have two special occasions, and it's my son's birth. I think that having a baby is an amazing experience. When you have the opportunity to see his face for the first time, it's an experience that you can imagine, and it's a very, very grateful experience to after you when you have your baby in your tummy. It's a very amazing experience, and when you saw the baby and you can hold him in your hands, it's an experience that you can't even describe.
It's indescribable. Great.
Indescribable.
All right. So when did that happen?
Well, I gave birth my first son 15 years ago, and the second
Where was
was
that?
it was in Bogota. I was just a teenager, so I was 15 years even,
Okay.
and
Who
uh,
were you with? Were
I
you alone or were you with other people?
I was alone in the room. I was alone, just with my baby, and it was a very hard experience because as my husband and I were teenagers, he couldn't be with me because his parents don't let him to stay with me this day. So I have to be alone, and it was a little sad because it was raining, and I was very, very sad, but at the same time I was very happy because of my baby.
That was the next question. How were your feelings on that occasion? But you already answered it. All right, good. Now, I'm going to ask you another kind of questions. I want you to describe something that you own which is very important to you. I want you to describe one of your belongings that is very important to you.
Well, I think that my husband is
Yeah, but he
a
doesn't
very
belong to you. He's not one thing that
ah
you
no
own. You don't owe
ah
him.
yeah,
He's one thing,
sorry,
one
sorry.
possession. No
I'm
problem.
I'm sorry. Okay, well, something that I belong and that I care about is my house. I think that is in this moment one of my first values, and I I get it from the person that I care most about in my life. That is my dad. So for me, stay here remembers me that he is with me, even that I can see him a lot. But I think that this house represents how I can um, think about him all of my days.
All right, so he gave it to you.
Yes, it was a present from him, and it was a very strange situation because um, he left my mom when I was just 6 months. I was a baby. So, and I met him when I was a teen. I was 12 years old when I saw him for the first time of my life. So since that time, our relationship grew up, and now he's a very, very important part of my life and a great support of my life.
Great. So how did your life change after that event happened in your life?
Well, it changed a lot because even for my job, because in the house that I used to live, it was just a block from my job. Now I live like 30 blocks away from my job, so I have to walk a lot every day. Um, but I think that it doesn't matter that I have to walk, and because uh, this house is it's a dream. I believe that everyone has to get a house, wants to get a house. So my life changed a lot because even for my children, because now each of them has his own room. We have more space, um, and it's a very good place because even the sunlight is different. We have a spacing when we can share as a family. So it changed a lot of my life.
Okay. Have you ever thought about selling that house and live somewhere else? Or you want to live there until your dying day?
No, I know that in one moment I have to leave because one of my dreams is live in another country. So I know that this house, even that is very important to me, I'm not going to live here until I die. I don't want to sell it either. I want to give it give it from of my children, and but I don't want to stay here for a long, long time. I think that maybe I don't know when I finish my career and I started to grow up as a professional. I'm going to leave this country, but I know that I'm not going to sell in this house because it represents a lot of my change in life.
Okay. Thank you very much. Excellent performance. As soon as we can, we will send you the results of this evaluation. Okay. Thank you so very much for participating, and you've done a wonderful job. Remember to prepare your interview for me. Okay.
Okay. Teacher, it can be any topic?
About whatever you want.
All right. All right. Thank you.
All right. So shut your microphone, please, so I can continue with Mr. Perez.
Yes, teacher.
So, hello, Mr. Perez. How are you?
I'm so good, teacher. Thank you.
Okay. How are you doing today? You're doing good. Great. Tell me a little bit about yourself, please.
Okay. I'm a student of degree in English as a foreign language at the Cerrado Caña. I work like a teacher in a rural school. It's about 71 kilometers from Ocaña, and I'm married. I live in the city of Ocaña, principally on weekends because to Monday to Friday I'm in my job in La Vega de San Antonio, and in Ocaña I am only on weekends. Uh, I'm 32 years old, and I live with my wife and my son. Um,
Great. Why are you studying English?
okay, I begin to study English since 5 years ago. I do some courses, and I began to study at the UNAD, and at since that moment I'm trying to improve my English every day, and this is an important way or an opportunity to improve my English.
What has been your most favorite subject during this career?
How, teacher? Can you repeat me, please?
What has been your most favorite subject during this career?
And this career degree in English.
Yes, but what has been your most
Uh,
favorite subject?
for me, there are many subjects that were wonderful to study with that subject or courses, but that suggests that I can speak in English or write in English. The guides is are in English. Are very important for me because it's an opportunity to study English like
Good. And tell me about your hobbies.
my hobbies. I like the science. I was a child. I love the cars, and maybe I had when, for example, when a friend had a new car, I to that my friend lent me the car, and for me the collect car collection is a very beautiful pastime for me, and
Good.
I collect two. Okay.
What do you like doing in your free time besides cars?
In my free time, beside cars, Until I like cars, I like to collect bills or coins. Uh, it's a pastime that is beautiful because with bills I can know all the world and I can learn about the cultures of different countries and I can to travel with buy a ticket for a plane, for example.
Good. All right. Now, the area where you live.
How teacher? I can hear you so well. Can you repeat me, please?
Yes. Can you describe the area where you live?
Ah, okay. Well, I live in the city of Ocaña. It's a city at the northeast of
Yeah.
the.
By your neighborhood, your residential area. Can you please describe that area?
Ah, okay. I live in a neighborhood called Villanueva. It's at the south of
What is
Ocaña.
it
It's
like?
a how teacher?
What is it like?
I like of my neighborhood that the houses are colonial houses. Either painted
Good.
with with white and colonial red color. All the houses. The roofs are in Texas en latas, and the walls are in tapias pisadas, and the in our neighborhood we don't have pavement of concrete because we had only the street is in stones, in piedras, stones.
Okay. All right. And how can you describe yourself as a neighbor?
A neighbor, I'm a neighbor that only stay at the neighborhood weekends, Saturdays and Sundays, because on Sundays I must travel to my site of work, and maybe my my here in this neighborhood. Uh, don't know me so much because my wife and I only stay here 2 days at the week.
So
All
you don't
the
share very much with your neighbors, right?
how teacher? Can you repeat me?
So you don't share much with your neighbors.
No, because all the year I'm out of Ocaña. Only stay here 2 years on the week, and I share with my neighborhood in the La Vega San Antonio too much like the neighborhoods in Ocaña.
Okay.
In that town, I had a house too, and I live.
All right. So I
Okay.
can change the subject. Good. Do you like animals?
Yes, of course, I like the dogs so much, but in my
All right.
house I don't have a dog.
Why not?
I don't have a dog in my house because my wife and I all the time are traveling, and
Okay.
it's difficult to
Do
have
you think
a
that animals are important in people's lives?
Yes, the animals are important. In my father's house, I let 2 dogs, and I try to visit them all the weeks. One dog is big, and the other is is small, and for me the dogs are very important. And
All right.
uh,
All right. Great. So thank you very much. Now, like I said before to the other candidates, as soon as we get the results, we will send you the information about your performance today, okay? Thank you very much. And now I invite you to prepare the little interview for me, and you can see the way your other classmates are going to do it, okay?
okay, teacher.
So, Adriana Ruiz, you start. Is your opportunity to ask me questions, okay? Go ahead.
Okay, teacher. How long have you been a teacher?
I've been a teacher for over 19 years already.
Uh, how do you s- how do you describe your experience as a teacher?
Well, being a teacher has been the most amazing experience for me because I have been able to share my knowledge with a lot of people, and in this occasion, you are part of those people.
Have you lived in another country?
Yes, I grew up living in Canada and in the United States. I don't know if I shared with you before that my father was a pilot of the Venezuelan Air Force, so I had the opportunity to travel all around America.
Okay, where did you study English?
I have studied English
Teacher, can you repeat because I couldn't hear?
yes, I have studied in 4 countries already.
Okay, if you could do another job, which would be?
I would like to be an interpreter, an immediate translator. That is a job of my dream. In fact, that is what I've always wanted to do, to be an interpreter, a simultaneous interpreter.
Okay, me too. What do you do in your free time?
Well, I don't have much free time, so I always work and work and work. When I have some free time, I like to read books, watch TV with my wife and children, and that's it.
Okay, teacher, no more questions.
Excellent, excellent. Good, good, good. Fantastic. Angie, you're next. Go ahead.
All right. Well, my partner say some question that I prepared, but I'm going to change it.
Okay,
Uh,
good. Go on.
um, what is the thing that you enjoy the most about your job?
What? Can you please repeat it again? We couldn't hear you well.
What is the thing that you enjoy the most about your job?
Well, the thing that I most enjoy about my job is to share with people. I like to be in touch with all kinds of people, to have conversations all the time, to speak about life, to speak about different topics. And I love that, daily touch with all kinds of people.
Well, if you will have the change to choose another career, what will be and why?
I would love to be a travel agent. I would like to tell people about places and different, experiences that can be lived in other places of the world, especially Latin America. I would love to be a travel agent and maybe a tour guide too.
All right. Mm, what do you think is the best way to improve your performance as a teacher?
Well, learning more and more every day, we can improve more and more, learning about different cultures, learning about technology, learning about all the important topics that are going on around the world today are, good opportunities for us to be, better teachers every day.
All right. Which is the best advice that you can give to your students for their career as an English teachers?
I my best advice I can give them is to be, professionals every single day, to teach the students the best strategies that have helped you to be better person, to be better people, to be better students, to be better professionals. That is like the best advice that I can give students today.
Well, finally, there is some place that you would like to visit.
Yes, my dream country to visit is Australia. I have always been intrigued with that country, and I really hope I can visit that place before I go away, before I die.
Oh my goodness.
That's the
How
country of my dream. It has always intrigued me, the landscapes, the people, the culture, and I really hope I can make it, before I leave this world.
all right. That's all. Thank you.
Right. Awesome. Great, great, great. Thank you for your questions. Adriana Ruiz, Adriana Martinez, sorry. Go ahead.
No worry. Well,
I have so many Adrianas on these encounters that I messed up. Sorry, Adriana.
don't worry. So my first
Okay,
question
okay.
is, what are for you? What are the most interesting things about our country?
Well, I love Colombia. I first came here when I got married. My wife and her family are from here. So I live in Pamplona city. I don't know if you know Pamplona. This is, a beautiful place. And I really like because Colombia is very similar to Venezuela, where I am originally from. Colombia is very similar, and it has beautiful places. It has amazing people, and I really love it a lot. So I love the food. I love the kind of friendship that Colombians offer.
Excellent. So, you already told us that you had the opportunity to live on a foreign country, but I would like to know if you would like to move now to another country.
Absolutely, yes, absolutely. I have already experienced working in the US and Canada, and I can't wait to go back because I really love the culture. I love the kind of people. It's like Adriana Ruiz said that people there are different. Yes, they are very, very different from Latin American people, but that is like part of my DNA. I am like them because I grew up in that culture, so it wouldn't be a big change for me.
Okay. Which one will you choose?
Canada,
Which country?
definitely. Canada. I
Why?
would love
What
to
are the
go back
reasons?
to Vancouver. Yeah,
What
because
are
Vancouver is more peaceful. There's, even though it has a lot of Asian people right now, the culture is different. Canada is not as hectic as the United States. And in Canada, more people speak English and French. And I love that.
excellent? Um, if if you could have the opportunity to advise someone who's moving to a foreign country, what will be your advices for them?
I would really like to advise them to learn about the culture, okay? To learn about the food, to learn about the kind of people that they're going to be living with, to learn about making changes, because when you move from one country to another, especially if it's a country where it's not your native language, everything is completely different. So I really advise them to learn first about culture, people, food, clothing, weather, everything that they're going to encounter there.
Okay. You you said some minutes ago that you had the opportunity to work on Canada and US. What kind of job did you have there?
As a teacher, I've always worked as a teacher, of course. Sometimes you have to wait on tables, sometimes you have to mop floors, sometimes you have to cut plants and trim trees, but that is part of the process, but the job that I have enjoyed the most is to be working as a teacher. I have worked as an English and as a Spanish teacher.
How was the experience?
Awesome. Awesome because it's like I have had the opportunity to work with people of different ages, and every day is a new experience, you know? It's something that I have enjoyed a lot because, like I said before, I love to be in touch with people from different cultures, different, customs, different habits, and that is a great experience.
That's great. And my final question is, what recommendations would you give to a person who's learning English?
Well, the idea of learning a new language is that you have to be open to everything that you're supposed to learn. English, especially, is completely different from Spanish. So you must be open to learning all the new structures, all the new grammar, to be willing to practice every single day, to be willing to, be the best in everything that you do, because that is what is really going to take you far, okay?
Okay, thank you, teacher.
You're welcome. Anytime. Thank you for your questions. Mr. Perez,
Okay.
you're the last but not the least, okay? So go ahead. What are your questions for
Okay.
me today?
I only have four questions for you. Uh,
Sure, go ahead.
okay, my first question is, which country would you like to visit on your next vacation and why?
I would love to go, like I said before, I would love to go to Australia. Okay, that's not going to happen anytime soon because it is very expensive and I am, saving up some money for some other projects that I have. But Colombia has been like even though I have been here for over 40 years already, I still have a lot of places to visit here in Colombia. Your country is one of the most beautiful places that I have visited, and I'm really happy here now.
Okay. My second question, what do you find interesting about our country?
The places. I really love the places. I love the food. I love people here. Colombia has opened a lot of doors for me. Colombians have treated me very, very well. And, every day I fall more and more in love with Colombia.
Okay, very good. Teacher, what do not you like about Colombian white?
Excuse me, can you rephrase the question again?
Okay, what do not you like about Colombian white?
Well, so far, there is nothing that I don't like about Colombia. Well, it's like in all countries there are conflicts. In all countries there is danger. In all countries there are, riots and, dangerous things. But so far, there's nothing that I say that, or that I can say that I don't like about Colombia. I really like everything about this place, and I really love this place very much.
Okay, so good. And the last, what would you change from this country?
Wow, that is a really difficult question, That is a really, really difficult question.
The politician.
What would I change? No, like I said, there is nothing that I would change because I love like everything about Colombia. Like I said, Colombia has been very good to me, and I feel very, very blessed here.
Okay, you don't change anything.
No, 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 no. People are very nice. The food is delicious. The weather is awesome. The country as a whole is fantastic. Well, maybe the politicians, that is something that I would change, but it's impossible.
Okay, that's good.
I would change corruption, but that is a very controversial topic because in all the countries in the world, there is corruption. So why would I, waste my time trying to change something that is impossible? So,
It's so impossible.
yeah. Yeah, thank you very much, people, for your interviews. Very interesting questions. I have said before, this is one of my favorite groups, during all this experience. I really can't wait to meet you guys again. I wish you guys the best in all your careers. I really pray that God opens all the doors for you, and I really hope that your dreams are all true soon or later. And I really hope that you guys are always happy people. Okay, I have to remind you guys about the video that you're supposed to record. It's got to be a 2-minute video on which you give your opinions about these encounters and about me as your tutor during this experience. Okay, I don't know if you guys have a few words to share before we hang up. I really apologize for the, you know, connection problems that we have had today, but thank goodness we could end our encounter victoriously. So, Adriana Martinez, do you have some few last words that you would like to share before we go?
Yes. First of all, I want to thank you for your guide and all the advices that you have gave us during these encounters, and also congratulate my partners and tell them that I'm grateful for having the opportunity to connect with them and interact with the socially great people. So thank you for this opportunity.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so very much to you, Adriana. What about you, Adriana Ruiz? Any last thoughts before we go?
No, thank you, teacher, for your positive attitude in all of our encounters. It makes easier the activity and agreeable too. And to my partner, thank you for your time and for sharing with me this moment.
Okay, Angie, what about you? Any final words before we
Well, yeah, I'm really going to miss you all, you guys, because these encounters for me are very, very special, and I really want to thank you to you, tutor, because I really learned a lot in this course, and I get more confidence, and I think that your performance as a teacher is very, very kind, so it allowed us to give the best of ourselves. So really, really thank you.
It's been a great pleasure. What about you, Mr. Perez? Your last thoughts for today?
Okay, for me, that encounter was very important to learn to listen better the English and to share with my partners and with you. Thanks for the opportunity, and in the future I would like to have to study with us in other opportunity. Thank you all.
Okay, great, 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 great. Well, thank you so very much. And I really hope that God opens the best ways for you, that you guys are successful in every dream that you have and in every plan that you guys have for the future. I really wish the best for you all, okay? God bless you all
Yeah.
and goodbye.
Okay, thank you. Have a
Thank
great
you.
night.
Bye bye.
Bye bye. Take good care.
Bye.
Thank you so much.
Bye bye.